Yo, what's up? It's your boy Trendy Topics. We got another video for y'all. We're gonna jump straight into this opening statement from the prosecution in the Julio Foolio case. We got Alicia Andrews. She started her trial. She started her trial yesterday, actually. So she did not take an 18-year plea deal for the conspiracy to commit murder. She didn't take the 18 years to cooperate with the prosecution, so they took her to trial. Now, the other four co-defendants, they're starting their trial in, I believe, April. So they're going to get Alicia Andrews' trial out the way, then do their trial a couple months. They're cooked, though. They got so much video evidence on them. It's not even funny, bro. They got video, cell phone. They're cooked.
Do you see individuals moving around that
Yes.
Impala? And do we see people running past the front of the Tesla?
Yes, sir.
Is that the rear of the Tesla?
That is the rear of the Tesla.
Is this the side of the Tesla?
That would be the passenger side of the Tesla.
Okay.
They're cooked. But Alicia Andrews' defense is that she didn't know anything that went on with her boyfriend, which is one of the co-defendants. She was just going on for the ride down from Jacksonville to Tampa, where Julio Foolio was unalived at. So her defense is that, hey, I was just with my boyfriend. We was going out of town on vacation. I didn't know anything about what's going on with the murders after it happened, whatever the case may be. I had nothing to do with it. That's her defense. So we're going to see how it works out with her. We're in day 2 of her trial. The judge said that her trial should go about 2 weeks. So we'll see what the outcome with that one will be. I don't know, man. The prosecution is coming with guns blazing. This is the DA prosecution's opening statement. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Defendant Alicia Andrews was right there, driving right next to that Dodge Charger in the seconds before this murder happened. If the defendant is found by you to be a principal, then she is legally responsible and accountable for everything that her co-conspirators, her co-defendants did. Alicia Andrews, these are her co-conspirators. I don't know if this laser is going to work, if you can see in the upper.
Now, why would they go on a drill and have a female with them? But you could just look at her eyes. She looked like she with the business. Like she got the green suit on, and she looked like she really don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not confused that she did not take the 18-year plea deal. I'm not confused. Look at her. Like, don't let her looks fool you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't judge a book by a cover. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, like, look in them eyes. The eyes tell it all. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, y'all lucky that she didn't fold, because she could have easily took the 18-year plea deal and cooperated and took all y'all down. So hey, she kept it solid. Now she's in trial. I guess she feels like she has a chance to win. We just gotta wait and see, man. The prosecution is showing the jury, you know, from pretty much a little bit what they're gonna expect during the trial. So, you know,
Her left-hand corner, that's Rashad Murphy. Lower left, Davion Murphy. Sean Gaithright is in the upper right. And in the lower right is her boyfriend at the time, Isaiah Chance. These were the 5 conspirators. This was the assault team that took out Charles Jones. Message of that message there from the owner of the Airbnb: our HOA requires for security purposes that all guests booking with us provide a valid ID, which he obliges and sends his valid ID.
That man sent his ID.
Now we go to the 22nd.
Sent his ID and got the Airbnb
the Saturday
in their name.
Earlier in the day,
Make it make sense.
Before Julio Foolio is going to start appearing at clubs in Tampa. This is the residence of Sean Gaithright, one of the conspirators. That is Mr. Gaithright walking out with a large duffel bag. And Isaiah Chance walking out with bags And you'll see they start loading that black car, which is a Chevy Impala. That is the car that goes north in the hotel complex. That is the car transporting the assault team. And they load the bags into the trunk. That BMW on the top of the video there is being driven by Mr. Chance. And you see him bringing out another large
bag. Y'all got cameras all over y'all house.
They're kitting up and they're getting their gear into their transports. You'll see in the evidence that Mr. Chance ends up leaving in that Beamer. He drives and picks up his girlfriend, this defendant, Alicia Andrews, and brings her back to this residence. And then the three of them, Miss Andrews, Mr. Chance, and Mr. Gathright, get into that Impala, and they drive here to Tampa, and they drive to the Airbnb, and there will be zero doubt about all of that, because that Impala, while it's en route, is being picked up on license plate readers. You will see in the evidence their cell phones are tracking, hitting cell towers as they travel in unison all the way down to I-75, coming across from Jacksonville and heading directly into Tampa.
No.
When he comes back, Mr. Chance brings his contribution to the assault team. The Glock pistol with the extended magazine.
His
He
contribution
tucks
is
it
crazy.
into his waistband.
Got
You
in
can
4K,
see
bro.
the extended.
Y'all didn't think about maybe turning off the cameras? Y'all, they did not think this through. Like, they did not think this through. Like, you got cameras all over your crib. You don't think that could possibly lead to y'all getting caught? Like, I don't understand. Like, this got like this like a Boondocks. Like, what is this? How goofy y'all is, bro? Like, what is y'all doing?
Magazine sticking out in the trigger bar and the slide and the dust cover of the pistol. Just a more close-up photo of it. And you can see it bulging out of the right side of his warm-up pants he's wearing. So these three, Chance, Gathright, and the defendant, get in that Impala.
So they get in two different vehicles and drive from Jacksonville to Tampa. So now this is the footage of them outside of the club that Julio Foolio was going to that night that he was unalive for his birthday. So they staked them out, and this is them getting out the car, going and doing, like, some surveillance. You know what I mean? Checking out the club. So this is her and her boyfriend. Like, this is. They got all y'all in 4K, bro. Like,
You see the defendant opening the phone for Mr. Chance, and you can see their COVID masks. One is wearing the blue COVID mask that was so prevalent in 2020, 2021, and she's wearing a black one. Directly across the street is USF. There's an Embassy Suites there. That is Mr. Jones' car doing a U-turn and going back on McKinley, and you'll see it turn into the hotel complex, followed by the Hyundai and the Altima. And as you can see, there is no car visible except for those oncoming lights now coming up the northbound side. That is the Chevy Cruze. It goes eastbound. No other car on McKinley can be seen. It's not even in sight. The Chevy Cruze ends up going eastbound, then comes back westbound, turns northbound. There it is, into that parking lot. And now, several minutes later, comes the Impala, which, this is the assault team. Does a U-turn, you will see, goes southbound on McKinley, following the path of Mr. Jones and his entourage, and pulls directly into that hotel. That car wasn't anywhere to be seen when Mr. Jones and his entourage were going in there. But the Chevy Cruze was there with this defendant and Mr. Chance, providing critical intelligence to them with this.
So what the prosecution is doing right now is they're they're the first to go to open his statements in the trial. The jury is listening to everything that he's saying right now, and he's actually doing a really good job of painting the picture because they really got good evidence, pretty much in 4K, a timeline from when they left Jacksonville from their house, the cars they got in. They got video footage of them outside of the club that Julio Foolio was at. They got video of them getting out the car there, staking it out, getting back into the two vehicles. Then they got traffic webcam of them pulling up to the hotel in the two vehicles, same two vehicles, and they got video footage of the murder of Julio Foolio. Like, it's pretty much a slam dunk for the prosecution. You know what I mean? As far as the other co-defendants go, but I mean, for Alicia Andrews, they have to prove that she knew that this was going to happen. That they have to prove that she not only knew, but she conspired in any kind of way with the co-defendants, whether it's over cell phone, text messages, any kind of recordings, or her actually, you know what I mean, involved in any kind of planning of the hit. But I mean, that's why her defense is, hey, I didn't even know this was going. I'm just riding around with my boyfriend. I don't know what type of timing they on. You know what I mean? I'm just pretty much just like going for the ride. I'm not involved in it. So that's her defense for it. So
This defendant's phone. Once it pulls in, you'll start seeing cameras from different locations within the complex mounted on the home to suites surveillance system that'll pick up the Impala's path as it travels. So the Chevy Cruze, at one point after the Impala goes in, blows through a red light on Fowler to get over there and turn in to the hotel. By that point, the Impala is all the way around on the west side, you will find in the evidence, of the hotel and setting up for the attack. But now the Cruze has to come, the evidence will show, to drive by and confirm where is Mr. Jones. The red marker is the Impala and its path. It comes in, it goes northbound, it goes westbound, it goes southbound around the Holiday Inn, down across the south end side of the Holiday Inn, back to the east, and then it parks. First it goes down, you can see that red arrow next to the home to suites on the west side. It kind of pulls down there and has to back up and pulls in. When the blue markers is the Chevy Cruze, when that pulls in and pulls around and does the three-point turn, you're going to see in the video evidence right here, they pass within feet of each other at the same time. And of course, the Impala never goes around or reveals itself past that point, keeping out of sight of Mr. Jones and his entourage. This is a camera mounted on the east side of the home to suites, pointing to the southeast, and it is picking up the Impala now, pulling into the complex and going northbound on the east side of the hotel. This is going to go to a camera facing north-northeast, showing it passing, still going northbound. And then it turns back to the west. This is a camera that's mounted on the north side of the home to suites that picks up the Impala as it passes and turns towards the west. And now the Impala is on the west side of the hotel. There's this pool and this patio area here that's on the west side of the hotel. Going around this way would be the portico. This is the west side of the hotel. The charging stations are right here. And you can see the Impala comes and stops. It does not go around that southern end of the home to suites. It's avoiding the southern end at this point. And here comes the Chevy Cruze passing directly past in the car that's not known by anyone the victim, goes to the north where the Impala is, goes right past the Impala, does a 3-point U-turn and comes back. This is another camera picking up the Impala and the Cruise. That's on the Tesla, part of its security system. This attack was relentless, as you saw. They weren't going to stop. They were going to make sure that they killed Mr. Jones, that he was not going to live, that they were not going to go back to Jacksonville without him dying. And you saw that relentless attitude of these defendants as they were shooting. This is the Airbnb. That's a photograph of, well, actually, this is a video. So this is the night they get there. This is Saturday, the 22nd. The defendant entering. There's no volume on this, but when she walks in, someone says, "My bad." Mr. Chance having maybe a celebratory drink. This is the next day around 2:30, 3. You can see he has to keep knocking. The person getting in that silver car is an Uber driver who they have called. That is how they returned to Jacksonville. The defendant, Mr. Chance, and Mr. Murphy this time returned to Jacksonville. Now they're unloading, bringing out all of their kit and their gear, their weapons. There's Mr. Davion Murphy. Now they're getting sloppy because it's the next day and all of the conspirators are visible. There's Mr. Murphy trying to go back in. Mr. Gathright walking out with gear. They don't they don't leave the way they came. They flee from this murder separately and in a different format. That's Mr. Gathright. He leaves independent of the others in the Impala.
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is narrating the evidence, stuff that's not even been introduced, Your Honor.
Well, because it's opening statement. He's just telling the jury what he believes the evidence will show. So I'm going to overrule the objection.
You can see Mr. Gathright goes over to the side, to the back, and that's how they got in the day before. The evidence will show Mr. Gathright, Sean Gathright, whose house they all started at.
So they got cameras in front of their house, cameras at the club, cameras in front of the hotel, cameras in front of the Airbnb. Y'all didn't think this through, did y'all?
With the Impala, he leaves, but he doesn't go back to Jacksonville. Mr. Gathright drives across I-4 to Polk County, to Auburndale, to his grandmother's house, where he switches cars. He leaves his Impala at his grandmother's house, and he takes her Toyota 4Runner, and he drives that to Orlando, where he goes out that night to a club, and he posts a photograph of him drinking Don Julio tequila, which is a diss to Charles Jones. Charles Jones, Julio Foolio, was known in all of his social media to drink Don Julio. That's where the name came from. He was notorious for that.
How slow do y'all gotta be? Straight crash outs. Like, crash out is a whole different turn, bro. Like, y'all taking this shit to the next level. Like, y'all not even thinking it through. Y'all just doing goofy shit. Like, all on camera. Like, the streets is dead. I don't even know why y'all still commit crimes. Y'all gonna get caught every time. They got cameras everywhere. Cameras in the Tesla. Cameras around every establishment. Y'all take y'all phones with y'all everywhere y'all go. That pings. Like, y'all don't even think these things through. Like, nah, I don't condone it, but I'm just saying, like, what's the point of throwing your life away? Don't make sense to me.